What's up, Chezzy Squirrels? It's me, Way Too Chezzy, and today I have a brand new video for all of you, and this is going to be talking about a hint for Piggy. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I've been working on stuff. Anyway, this is a hint for Chapter 9, and also I haven't even seen the ending of Chapter 8, so this is going to be pretty bad, but this isn't like an ending prediction. Minitoon just said that he said that we were gonna be seeing an old character in Piggy, that in Piggy chapter 9, Piggy Book 2 chapter 9. So he said that, and you might be wondering what this is. Well, we're gonna narrow it down and try to find out who is coming in Piggy chapter 9. So I've put down a list of characters that are possible. So yeah, let's get straight into it. First of all, no, Shrek will not be in Piggy chapter 9. Moving on. So he said an old character. So yeah, I want to go ahead and say William. He's not old. He's like, okay, so if he's going from chapter 8, because he said that at the point of chapter 8, and he would probably be talking about chapter 9 if chapter 8 was the latest chapter, and it's what everyone's waiting for, the next chapter. So, yeah. So he said this at the time of chapter 8, so I'm assuming that would mean, like 3 chapters ago that we first saw William, and about 7 chapters when we heard about William in the notes. So we heard it in that note in the alleys 7 chapters ago. In book 2 chapter 1, the alleys, it said, like, can Kay come out to play today? And we're all assuming that was from William, and because he's a kid and he would want people to play with him, that's what kids do. Anyway, and also there was another note saying, Willow, can you please take care of Daisy? So, yeah, that was 7 chapters ago when we first heard about him, but we weren't really sure who he was. Some were saying it was Willow's son or Willow's brother. Well, now we know that it's Willow's brother, her little brother, but, yeah, that we didn't know that until chapter 6 of book 2. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate William, as he's not really a old character, and Minitoon said old. So moving on, he said an old character. Mrs. P hasn't really, she was like a big character in the book 1, theory-wise, and in the story, but we didn't really see her besides in a picture in the at the end of Carnival when we met Zizzy and Pony, as well as in the city looking at a window from us. Not looking at a window from us, oh my gosh, looking at us from a window in a building in the city map that was right next to the safe place. So, I'm pretty sure when they said we're going up north, I'm pretty sure that we're going to England, and this is in the city of Lucella, which I'm assuming is somewhere from a theory video I saw Ant Antics do, another Piggy YouTuber. It was North Dakota where Piggy is, and I think that's probably true. And this has to be in like another country from it, and so it has to be in a different country where we're going to, because we're going up north. Well, you could argue that you could go up north and stay in your country or your state or city. But the thing is, we're going across the seas, obviously, and I don't think that this is going to be in a country or state or city that like is divided by water. I don't think that ever happens. I don't know really much about it because I live in America, so I don't know really about other countries. So the only thing that could do that I know of is going up to Alaska, but you could go through Canada, go past the border of America, the border of Canada, not America, and go into Alaska. It couldn't be Hawaii because, well, that's south. Anyway, of all states in America. Anyway, so yeah, so we're going up to the UK, I'm assuming, and apparently I agree with the theory that person has said. So if Mrs. P is in Lucella, it's, or around there at least, it's highly, since she's infected and we all know that, Mr. P stated that he has, the last time he saw her, she had red eyes. So I would say that well, we all know she's infected because of what he said, and Mrs. P would also, if she saw us from looking down the window, she would be she would come to see us if and try to find more people, more survivors to make a group like like Zizzy and Pony were looking for in the carnival. They found us. They were looking for survivors such as us. So Mrs. P would have probably joined us if she wasn't infected. So we know she's infected, and you could argue, well, she'd be trying to come and get us if she was infected and try to attack us and infect us. But I mean, it's kind of obvious already. Everyone knows Mrs. P is infected, and also she can't get through glass, and we see that it's very high in the building, so she probably wouldn't know how to get down there. And you could argue, of course, that, well, in the city map and in the safe place and many other maps, there are stairs. In the city, there and the safe place, there are long stairs. A bunch of other maps have like short stairs, but there are long stairs, and they wouldn't know how to get to us. Well, first of all, that's they're not like super long because like we can see in the city that like there's kind of open area, and yeah, so, and in the safe place, it's not like they're, when I say long stairs in the safe place, I mean like a bunch of little stairs that go down. So like little stairs, platform, little stairs, platform, little stairs, platform. So yeah, she would be trying to attack us. So it is proved that she is infected. And I highly doubt that she would be coming all the way to UK. And yeah, I do want to say though that I thought of this theory earlier, what, on top of making this video, because I knew I was going to say this about Mrs. P. Well, the thing is, what if, well, we all know Mr. P is alive, as the true ending is the canon ending of chapter 12 of book 1, The Plant. So and there, obviously there's 3 endings, the good, bad, and true endings. So the good and bad endings are not canon. Obviously, as the true ending states, it's true, the true one that happened, or you could argue that it's a true story of Mr. P because he tells us it. But come on, the true ending, we all know it's the canon ending, okay? So just be quiet, okay? All right, moving on. So yeah, so we see in the good and bad ending at the very end after the credit scene, we see Mr. P's hat in the middle of the thing, making everyone assume he's dead. That's what people thought for the first 5 days of the plant being released, because on the fifth day, so that's when the true ending was discovered. I know it's ridiculous. It literally took people 5 days to find the true ending. I mean, I was there too, so I mean, moving on. But you gotta say, at least one person in the world should have found it. Anyway, that's not part of the story. That's just how long it took someone to find it. Besides Minitoon and IKEA's, obviously they're the creators. So, they just obtained it first because they wanted to show people that it was possible. Some people thought that it was impossible to get, and it was just a troll. Well, Minitoon got it himself, and then so once people found the true ending, they saw that Mr. P's hat was gone, meaning that he is not dead. So that means that you could argue that Mr. P, he went to the city, found Mrs. P, and then went up north. Well, I want to say, well, then you could, found Mrs. P, went up north to try to cure her because, well, he wants to save his wife, Mrs. P. So, yeah. Anyway, you could say that, but he said, Minitoon said, an old character, not old characters. That means that we're going to be seeing one old character, so we're not going to see the both of them. And the only way that Mrs. P could come is if it was with Mr. P, because of the theory I just stated. So Mrs. P is off. And I do believe that Mr. P is coming up for a cure. So I'm just going to put a blue underline over him saying, yes, he's probably one of them, the most likely ones to come. Now, Bunny and Doggy. Well, Doggy is... We saw that the Polly skin is canon in the refinery, and I'm seeing that since Doggy got infected, his only friends that we know of, probably his friends before, of course, but the only friends that we know of that are main, or I guess Polly's not main, but a main character, but his best friends are Polly and the player. Well, the player we already know is going up north. He had to leave Doggy for his own good because he got infected, so he had to rush. And he had no one else to help him. So, yeah. So, Polly's the only one that could bring Doggy up back north, and we saw an infected skin of him, and you could argue that, well, we see an infected skin of Pony and Zizzy before she got released before she got infected, and Doggy before she got infected, but before he got infected, sorry. And yeah. So, and we've seen the same, Bunny, Doggy, Zizzy, we've seen skins of them all before they've gotten infected. And Pony, he hasn't even been infected yet. He might. I highly doubt it. I'm just saying he's probably going to get controlled by the insolence and not become infected. So, although we don't know if the insolence can control everyone or can only control infected, so the insolence might find a way to infect him before so he can control him. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I highly doubt, so you could argue, well, the same might be for Polly. He might not be infected. Well, we see him in the refinery chapter as an infected, as a background character, so we know that he is probably infected, so he can't bring Doggy up back there. And since Doggy's all the way down in Lucella, because we know it's Lucella and not somewhere outside of it, because we know the forest is in right by the gallery, and the galleries in the alleys, and we know that by notes the alleys is takes place in Lucella. So if we know that the gallery and the alleys are like you literally go through a tunnel, they're like maybe like one mile away. Or, no, what am I saying? Like a quarter of a mile away. Okay, so they're like not really far away. Anyway, yeah, so they're not far away. We know they're like right down the street. So, and in the end of the gallery chapter, we see, let's go find somewhere where we can. Doggy says, let's go. All right, well, then let's go find somewhere we can stay safe at. So, we know their car broke down. Like, that's the whole point of them going through the gallery. Anyway, yeah. So, we know that their car broke down at the beginning of the gallery. So at the end of the gallery, there's no way that, like, off camera, that they could get so far away. So we're assuming the forest is close to the a gallery and alley. So that means it's probably in Lucella. It's most likely probably like an 80% chance in Lucella, or 90. Anyway, so we know it's in Lucella, and we know that infected doggy, is still in the forest, or maybe he like roamed out of it because we did open the exit lock in the forest, but he probably didn't go that far because we can see that especially infected doggy, he walks pretty slow. Why did I say especially? He looks like he walks slow, but he's normal speed. Anyway, I think that's just to make it fair. I think he's walking pretty slow. Anyway, or all infected walk pretty slow. It's just probably just to make the game fair and make it when people play as Piggy that it's not as hard, or not as hard. Yeah, not as hard for them to win, and not as easy for the players to win, and for the players to win against bots, making the game too easy on bot mode. And any mode, really. Traitor, unless you have the traitor killing you. Anyway, yeah. So, we know that he's pretty slow, so he probably couldn't make it. It's probably about, like, maybe a year between where Chapter 8 is, and where Chapter 9 is about to take place. And between Chapter 9 and where it's about to take place and the forest. So it's been about a year. There's no way he could walk all the way up there in a year. So he is not coming. I'm sorry, Doggy is not coming. Now, Bunny, I would assume that she's gone. But the thing is, we saw a glimpse of her in the Book 2 trailer. So, that's all we need to say. Oh, hold on. We saw like half a split second, or just a split second, or half of it, possibly, of her in the trailer. Like, just like a shadow kind of her. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, just like a black version of her. And it just appeared and then disappeared really quickly. So, unlike all the characters, that's the only character that it showed up in the thing like that, in the trailer like that. So that means we're probably gonna be seeing Bunny if she was in the Book 2 trailer. We're probably gonna be seeing Bunny. Zizzy. Okay, here's the thing. I 100% think we are going to be seeing Zizzy in Book 2. But I don't think it's going to be in Chapter 9 this soon, because we know she's all the way down in the refinery or somewhere around there. If she roamed out. So, yeah. She's somewhere around there. And like I said with Doggy, the characters infected are pretty slow. So she couldn't have gotten far from there. That means she's all the way down there. So if she's all the way down there and we're about to go all the way up north, I doubt we're going to see her in chapter 9. Now, we have Rash and Daisy. So something just came to me. I feel like we're going to see Rash. Okay? Daisy, we're going to see her in chapter 9, but chapter 9. In book 2, for sure, because we know she's up north, but I don't think it's going to be chapter 9, as same thing with William. She's not really an old character, so I'm going to eliminate Daisy for that one. And anyway, moving on, we have Rash. Something just came to me, like, we need to see him here. So if we know Daisy's going to be somewhere in book 2, probably not in chapter 9. Because I think chapter 9, I saw a little bit of the ending of chapter 8. I think it's going to be Doport, so I don't think we're going to be seeing Daisy there. I think it's going to be the military base. I could be wrong, actually, so I'm going to give it like a yellow. I don't know. Well, he did say old character. Daisy was in the storyline before. I mean, not, sorry. A skin in the shop for a long time back in the Distorted Memory update. Well, she's not technically a character as we didn't see her back then. And we heard of her and only saw her in a cutscene, like a flashback cutscene for chapter 6. So, same thing with William. The same times we only heard of her being canon in chapter 1 of book 2, The Alleys, in a note, in the same note that said William, we saw it was from Daisy. And we also saw a little, like, building with a sign that said Daisy's TVs. So, yeah, and then we see her in Willow's flashback cutscene. So, if we see Daisy there, and we only heard of her 7 chapters ago, and we only saw her 3 chapters ago, 2 chapters ago, or 3 from chapter 9, if it was chapter 9, then we know that she's technically pretty much not old, because since we saw her, I'm pretty much going off of since we saw her. It was just 2 chapters away, or 3 chapters away, since I'm gonna count as chapter 9. Yeah, not chapter 8. And 8 chapters away, that we heard of her. I'm just gonna go off of, like, when we saw them, because notes technically isn't us, like, seeing them, like, in a cutscene, like, just not actually visualizing them. So, anyway, yeah, a skin is not a character, so that doesn't count. And I'm going off of when we first saw her. That's like when she officially became a character. That was only 3 chapters ago, sorry. So, yeah. That means that we had, wait. Sorry, I'm just doing math, okay? 20 chapters ago. We had 20 chapters before chapter 9. That's crazy. So, if she didn't appear in those 20 chapters, I'd like, or somewhere near, like, the farther part of it, I would assume that she's not gonna be coming. So, yeah. Anyway, Rash, an old character. We saw him in chapter 1, and we visually saw him. Chapter 1 of The Alleys. chapter 1 of book 2, the alley. So we visually saw him, unlike Daisy and William, we just saw them in notes. So I would say Rash is an old character, and most likely, like Willow, probably has changed their ways and turned good. Just like Willow, but I don't think. Wait, what? I don't think that he is turned. He's turned. I don't completely know that he's turned good, but there's also a chance he might be trying to, if they've already made the cur. Yes, proper English, very very uh grammatically correct. Maybe I just stole that from Grammarly. Okay, because I see their ads over and over again, and I'm sick and tired of it. I'm starting to just use their words now because of how many times I've seen it. Anyway, yeah, cure. Sorry, I didn't mean cur. Anyway, yeah. So he might be trying to steal the cure. Maybe he has I just thought of this. Okay, Tigre might be coming. Maybe, so we know Tigre is good. Well, turn good, kind of, but also kind of bad. We don't really know. He's slowly turning a bit good. I don't think he's gonna be completely good. He's half good and half evil. Anyway, so we know he took the boat, so he's probably going up north. Maybe Rash was up there trying to get a cure. Maybe so we saw in a note in chapter 3, the refinery of book 2, we saw that there was a note from Tigre. We're assuming Tigre because he's the only member of TSP that starts with a T that was in the refinery. So it just said from T. So we're assuming that's Tigre. And we know Tigre's shy, so maybe he didn't want people in the refinery, if they saw that note, assuming that it was Tigre immediately. Well, knowing that it was Tigre. So it said in that note, it said that everyone treats him horribly and trash. So and then he said, except Rash though. We were good friends, or something along the lines of that. So that means that Rash was the only one member of TSP. And revealed in that note he was a member of TSP, and it makes sense because, well, he's Willow's right hand man. Anyway, so since we know that Rash was in TSP, he said Tigre said that Rash was the only one in the group TSP that trot again. I say cur, and now I'm saying trot. I cannot speak today or tonight because it's 10 p.m. Anyway, so yeah, so if he was the only one that taught him nicely and they were friends, that means that Rash, if he's bad, he's probably trying to rob them and trying to get a cure from them as soon as they make it, or if they've already make it, trying to steal a cure to get from Tigre. That sounds crazy, but it might be true. That's just my theory. If he's bad, Rash is definitely an option. Well, if we say I'm saying that so we know that Mr. P and Bunny and Rash are the ones we've narrowed it down to. So I'm saying that most likely We'll be seeing Bunny in a later chapter. So I'm giving that, I'm just gonna put a 3 on Bunny. Anyway, so now we have a 3. So Bunny is the third most likely, in my opinion. And out of Mr. P and Rash, probably like I just have this feeling in my gut that it's Rash. But we know that it's a cure, and Mr. P was trying to make one back then, so he probably wants to make one. I'm saying Rash is the third. Third. We literally just did Bunny and said she was the third. Rash is the second. Anyway, Mr. P, so he is, I'm saying that most likely it's going to be Mr. P. Anyway, yeah. Let me know down in the comments, what you thought. Who you think is going to be coming in Chapter 9, an old friend. Out of these, except Shrek. We know that Shrek will not be in this. Okay? We don't want Shrek. You know what? If you type Shrek in the comments, then you're a horrible person. Okay, that was a joke. Please don't take offense. Anyway, yeah. There you go. That is who I think will be coming. You know what? How about I just do this? Let's just do this. Oh. Oh well. There we go. Okay, there. Now it's working. Shrek, no, he's not coming. I just put that in for joke purposes. Yeah, bad joke. Anyway, there you go. Let me know down in the comments, out of these 8, who do you think will be coming in Chapter 9 of Piggy Book 2? Supposedly Doveport. Anyway, yeah. Or if you think that it's none of these and you think it's a different person that I didn't put on the list and didn't think about, then let me know. This looks like a 1. Hold on. What am I doing? Okay, there we go. There we go, much better. Okay, yeah, this still kind of looks like a 1. No, not really anymore. Okay, kind of. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Let me know if out of these 8, what you thought. Who do you think is coming in Chapter 9? Please, just drop a comment down below and tell me. Or, like I said, if you think it's some other character, let me know that too down in the comments below. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry that this video was so long. It's like 3.5 minutes. 3.5. 33.5 minutes long now. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!